Oh, hi there, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. In this, the first episode of a brand new series, British Skylines. Now, this is going to be slightly different to other series I've done because, as the name suggests, it's going to be set in Britain, and as you can see, we've got some things planned. It's going to, hopefully, it's going to be really good. So, to get this started, what we're going to do is, I picked a map. This one I picked was called UK Coventry by Wizbix. I'll put a link to that in the description. I've changed the base map to European, and I've changed the custom map theme to UK Road Map Project by Mac Welshman. I'm also using a bunch of assets as well, some roads as well from Mac Welshman, so we'll come to that in a bit. So the first thing I like to do when we start a new world is just have a look around. See what the lie of the land's like, have a look at the road connections, and I must say I do like the look of this European style. It just changes the colours completely and it just makes it more realistic. You can see there I've just used the 81 tiles mod to unlock all tiles. It just makes it a bit easier so we can look around. So like I say, I just like to sort of look at where the roads all connect to. As you can see there, we've got sort of the road names are sort of British style as well. We're using UK district names and UK street names both by Delta 51, so they're pretty cool to have, and you can see all obviously the signs and the stuff on the roads. They look very British. I love it, absolutely love it. Now, what we're looking at here, this is a ring road around the centre of the map. Obviously, this map is based on Coventry in the UK. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to probably get rid of that later. Looking at the traffic, it's not brilliant to begin with. We've not done anything, and we're hovering at 75, 76, 74%. So we might have to tweak these. There's a couple of junctions that sort of need a bit of attention, but we can look at that later on. Look at 73% there. So yeah, fine. Cracking on. We need taxes because we're playing for real money, and you know we haven't got unlimited cash. We want to try and do this as best as possible. So taxes up as much as possible, and you'll notice as well the game is paused because the reason for that is as soon as you start playing, the city costs money, so it's paused until we need it. And yeah, so just looking at a location, I think this spot here, this is going to be a good place to start. So got this little sort of cove on the side, and yeah, I like the look of that. We just need to sort of get a better connection to it and change the roads, because as much as these are British style, they're not British roads. So we'll use, like I said before, some of Mac Welshman's roads, and so I'm just working out which ones I like the look of, just to find the best one for this part. But yeah. He's got loads and loads. Just have a look through Steam Workshop. He's got absolutely loads in there. So quite like this one. I'm going to stick that and just go with it, to be honest with you. So it's just a matter of upgrading the entire thing, and obviously the roundabout as well, of course, because you can't just stop there. Now, bear in mind that if I don't touch a road, I'm not getting charged for it. But every road I upgrade, it's going to cost me money as soon as I press play. So I want to limit the amount of roads I actually upgrade until I need them. So that's why I'm not going to do the entire highways. As much as I'd love to do highways, once the city's earning money, I might go back and do that. But yeah, so we need to connect them together and obviously just work around. And as you can see, it goes under the little bridge, under the motorway, and then sort of go around. It's just, well, yeah, we'll have to update these ones because, I mean, the road connections come to this point, so we'll just pay for them. But that I think we'll go until we need to, and then we'll just stop. So if you look at this part, we're obviously, this is where we're going to set the first part of the city. I'm calling it a city. It's going to be a town. It's going to be a village. It's going to be very rural, and hopefully that comes across when we start playing. But yeah, so we need to. I wasn't too keen on this road. I wanted to sort of change it up, but I was trying to find something. Again, some of the UK roads that sort of Mac Welshman has done, there's loads of options. It's just trying to find the right one to fit it. I do eventually settle on, I think this one here, which is just a sort of a rural road, and it just adds bushes and trees. It looks amazing. And do you know what? Adding that on saves a lot of time later on because I don't have to actually put the bushes and the trees in myself. So props to you for making that. Thank you very much. So yeah, just a matter of updating that across the way and then spreading out. We need to make it look realistic. Now in the UK, we don't have too many straight roads. We do have straight roads. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of it. It's just it's old and it's the lie of the land. So it's trying to find the connection, trying to make it feel British. But I also want it to be practical because, say, this series is going to be about two things. It's going to be about adding detail, making pretty builds, and just make it look amazing. But also I want to have the practicalities of actually playing the game, which is why I've gone with without the unlimited money. I know I've unlocked everything originally, but I want to I really want it to be a working city. I want to have to think about the infrastructure, the road layouts. I want to think about having all the the utilities like the police, the fire, water, electricity, all that sort of stuff. But obviously it's got to work, and I've got to then traffic management. I want to make sure that the roads don't get blocked with cars and trucks going over the place. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and hopefully you're going to enjoy that. But if there's a certain aspect to this game that you want to see more of, if you want to see more building or traffic management or utility management, let me know, because I love all of it, so we can just tweak it to whatever's best. Now, as you can see, we've just been spreading the roads out, and we're just trying to make it a sort of a feel of it, and it was just come to setting up the utility. So I found a lot a lot of assets on the workshop, and I'm trying to get something that looks quintessentially British. It has to fit with the flow. So this is like a water pumping station. I didn't want to go for the one just taking out the water, even though we're sitting next to the water. But I'm just trying to find somewhere to put it, and eventually I decided to stick it down here, just off the main road, and then we can just use a movement mod just to tweak it and just put it in sort of the final position. But I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it's actually designed as a British model, but it works well, and it's going to be hidden by the trees, so it's going to work well. Like I say, it's as much as it's a British themed map, it doesn't have to be everything British. As much as I'd like to get British buildings where possible, if I can get something that just fits the bill, that's perfect. So here we go. We've got it in. It's looking quite nice. And obviously you have to add the water in. Now, I'm one of those people that I want the water to follow the roads. Let's be honest, if there's a leak or need a pipe being dug up, people don't want their houses being dug up, so they'll follow the roads. They're not going to be under houses, they're not going to be under buildings, they're going to be under the roads, and that's what we're going to do. It's a bit fiddly, but I quite like it, and I think it's, when you look at it afterwards, it's worth spending the time to make it look nice. I don't know if you agree with me. That's just my point of view. But yeah, I mean, I just tried to do it, and I'll try to get it to the centre of the road as much as I can. You can see there that I'm not quite getting the node snapping. Now, I could turn node snapping off, or I could just move away from the node and just pop it in. And it works the same both ways. I quite like doing it this way. It just seems to work. And then it comes to, well, we've got to put a district in. So obviously we've got the district names by Wick Marshmallow, I would say. And so that's Fairmile. Probably change that at some point. Give me suggestions. I don't know. Who knows? I'm open to anything. Got to change the roads, because as much as I like the rural road, when it comes to the actual town or the village where people are living, they're gonna have better roads there. The rural roads are sort of transit, and then I'm just trying to figure out, and couldn't quite decide. But eventually, I went back to this gravel road that we had to begin with, just the basic standard gravel road that's cheap and really works well. So all in all, that looks, I think, pretty good. Just try to get the shape and, like I say, just make it feel good. Then obviously electricity. Again, I'm trying to get something. You can see that UK Electrical. We've got one that's definitely a UK asset, and it fits. I use that quite a lot. I've used it in a lot of other maps, to be honest, because I've always liked the look of that. And it doesn't give you a lot of power. It's not very expensive to run, and that's another thing. Obviously, I want to make sure the utilities, they're not going to cripple me when I press play, because if I could go for a giant nuclear power plant that gives me unlimited power for the rest of my game, but it's going to cost me a lot of money, and that's money that at this point the city's not earning. There's not even a house in here yet, so we need to just sort of take it slow, just little bits at a time. We can see you put a path there, because I decided to put it just there because there's a natural gap in the bushes. I thought that's perfect, because you have the path and it's going to be sort of trodden, and there's going to be service people coming by and sort of doing work there, maybe checking meters, I don't know. So yeah, we've done that, add some trees, and of course we have to add the police van who's waiting and trying to catch out speeders coming along the road, because that's what happens in Britain. Doesn't matter where you go, you'll always see a policeman. They won't be anywhere else, but they'll be trying to get you speeding. So yeah, that fits in. I quite like that. I think it works well. Come to sort of looking at buildings. I wasn't really sure where to really begin, so I stuck a school down, stuck a couple of buildings. I've decided to go for plopping. If you don't know Cities Skylines, it's a term, so you plop it down, you just place it. You can grow it or you can plop it. I've decided to go for plopping so I can get better control over what buildings it is, although I probably will do more growing. Now, as you can see just there, we had a bit of an issue. There's a couple of reasons. I think the services weren't helping, so obviously we're sticking the services in. There's a sewage treatment, we added some electricity, etc. That should help them from getting destroyed. But also there's a mod called Plop the Growables, which I didn't have, so I've got that now, and that sort of fixes the problem, allows us to place the buildings so they don't despawn straight away. So it works a bit better. You can see we've got church there, and all these buildings are UK buildings. They're all they're not necessarily styled on a particular building in the UK, but they are styled of UK style, and I think they look really good. I mean, in the background and to the land, it just looks really well. So I can see we've got a pub there, and I thought I'm going to add a little bit more detail to it. I'd like to do this with all buildings, although it does take some time. So maybe not all of them. We'll have to play it by ear. So a couple of fences down the side, a couple of benches. I thought about putting the benches in a straight line because it looks nicer to the eye. But in actual fact, they wouldn't be like that in real life, because even if the landlord was super picky and put them out every day and measured them to the inch, by the time the pub opens, all the customers are going to come in, they're going to move around. They just won't be straight. So add some trees, some grass, some umbrellas. It's, it just takes an already fantastic, might I say, looking building and just adds a little bit more. So I'd like to do this a bit more as we go along, but it's a time. It takes up a lot of time to do it, which I'm happy to do. I love doing it. Also, it takes a bit of time up in the video, so let me know whether you like that style or not. While you do that, let me just leave you with a little time lapse. Be back with you in a moment. Enjoy. And there you have it. There's a couple of buildings that we've added a bit more detail. We haven't done them all because, frankly, didn't have the time. I'd love to do more, and next episode we'll definitely do a lot more. But it's about time that we look at opening the city up, pressing play, and seeing what happens when we do it. But I'd just like to leave it on one final note. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more like it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. Let me know in the comments how and what you want to see in the future, because we'll make it work. But anyway, as always, I've been Ski Gamer, you've been awesome, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.